Evan Gershkovich was detained in Russia at the end of March. He's a 31-year-old reporter and is the first American reporter to be arrested since 1986 during the Cold War. Evan is facing up to 20 years in prison on espionage charges. Now, this did just happen, but do y'all remember the outrage over Brittany Griner being arrested? She was pretty much center page for months, and her wife even got a call from President Joey B. himself, while Evan's family did not. Perhaps a Wall Street Journal reporter didn't make quite a splash like a basketball player being arrested for a weed cartridge. And don't forget, we traded international arms dealer Victor Bout, a really bad dude, for Brittany Griner's release. Now, I couldn't find anything from Joey B himself other than a quote saying, "let him go," when he was asked about the incident while boarding a helicopter. Remember, we still have Paul Whelan, a Canadian-American, serving 16 years on espionage charges, and then there's also Mark Fogel, who was a teacher arrested on marijuana charges, who's also serving 14 years in prison. These two didn't quite make the cut during the Brittany Griner negotiations. I wonder why.
We exchanged letters, handwritten letters, by post to Moscow, and he's doing okay. He's considering the circumstances, he's doing remarkably well. He's very resilient. He's a very strong guy. He's staying very much himself, staying funny and strong through this process.
I mean, what is his avenue for hope? On what basis can he fight for his freedom?
Our source of hope is that we know that everybody is fighting for his release. Everybody's committed to this. We had a great statement from President Biden today, just showing his commitment to this, showing his commitment to Evan and to his release. And we're just very, we're hopeful that Evan will be home soon, back with his friends, back with his family, and most importantly, back at work. And
tell me a little bit about him. What's he like as a person? What's he like as a journalist?
Evan's a super committed journalist. He started covering Russia 5-6 years ago and always wrote about the country with nuance and with great insight. He's a real expert on the region, a real expert on the country, and just a fantastic journalist. And as a person, he's fun-loving, warm, and very kind guy who always supports his friends. He's always there for you. Everybody relies on him, to be honest, in our friendship group. So it's difficult to not have him there. Why
do you think he was picked up?
It's hard to say. That's trying to get into the mind of trying to get inside the mind of whoever made this decision. It's you just never know. What we know is that he's a journalist. All the accusations against him that are being issued by the Russian side are nonsensical. He's a fantastic journalist on Russia and an accredited one. He was working within accreditation and was, picked up and ripped out of his work and now has spent 365 days behind bars.
And do you think the US government are doing everything they can?
Absolutely. And we're really, we're just hopeful that Evan can be back home soon.